In this video, we're leaving the country, kind of, without even leaving the state of California, because today we're visiting the United Territories of the sovereign nation of the People's Republic of Slowjamastan. Hey everyone, welcome to Sidetrack Adventures. This is Steve. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We're out in the middle of the California desert right off of Highway 78, and we're visiting the Micronation of Slowjamastan. Now, we had a personal invite to come out here today. They told us they would deactivate the minefields for us so we can visit. Now, there are some pretty strict rules about visiting Slowjamastan. Crocs are not allowed to be worn at all in Slowjamastan territory. And also, feeding the raccoons is strictly prohibited. So if we run into any raccoons, we'll definitely be sure not to feed them today. But let's take a look around and see everything this nation of Slowjamastan has to offer. The border fence here isn't very formidable, but if we walk this way just a little bit, we get a landmine warning. I bet these signs really freak out anyone who comes across this place unsuspecting. So here's the only official border crossing into Slowjamastan. This sign does say that we need to register with border police in order to enter. It doesn't look like anyone's here today, which is probably a good thing because I didn't bring my passport. But we do have special permission from the Sultan to be here. So let's cross the border and take our first steps into Slowjamastan. While the border looks to be unguarded, there are cameras everywhere. Probably to make sure nobody's wearing Crocs. But this is it. This is Slowjamastan. This whole thing is hilarious and obviously not serious, but I'll get into the history of this great nation in just a minute. Oh, looks like I have to make a correction. There is a border guard in the booth after all. Taking a look around Slowjamastan, I'm going to get the drone up so we can see it from the air, and we'll talk about the story behind this place. Hopefully, Slowjamastan doesn't mind me entering their airspace. Slowjamastan is what is known as a micronation. Basically a place that claims to be an independent nation, but it's not really recognized by other countries or international organizations. There's a platform in the English Channel that calls itself the Principality of Sealand that's been around for over 50 years that I've always been fascinated by, and I really want to visit it sometime. Slowjamastan is a pretty new micronation, only declaring its independence on December 1st, 2021. It was founded by Randy Williams, who's also Slowjamastan's Sultan. The Sultan Randy Williams is actually a radio host that has a show on a San Diego radio station and also hosts a nationally syndicated show called Sunday Night Slow Jams. So you can guess where the name Slowjamastan came from. But let's head over to that central plaza, which looks to be the only structure here, and take a closer look at it. The capital of Slowjamastan. It looks like we have a few things over here. Here's a plaque as a monument to Slowjamastan's independence. You can see the raccoon on it. The raccoon is their national animal. And of course we have raccoon tracks in the cement. And according to this plaque at the flagpole, the flag is apparently only flown if the Sultan is actually here. That's most likely because he's probably the one who owns the flag. This thing that's covered up is a desk. Okay, so we have a public telephone here. Now the real question is the telephone working? Well, let's find out. Nope, no dial tone. I guess I could have just read this notice by Slowjamastan Telecom that says the phone is not in service. This is one vicious looking raccoon on this sticker. You do not want to run into this guy. So the capital of Slowjamastan is Dublandia. Looks like lots of room for expansion here. While there aren't any other structures here besides this, there are a number of signs throughout Slowjamastan. There's actually one right over here. I believe people could pay to have their own state in Slowjamastan, and they have signs spread out across the property for them. This one is Bucksylvania. Looking around at the different states, we found Snooklin. Here's Donsum Wadi, where you can take a penny or leave a penny. North of Donsum Wadi is the state of Higher Wadi. It seems like the sign is missing at Slowjamastan's eastern border. Actually, it looks like maybe the wind might have taken it, because this might be it right over here. You might notice all the tire tracks everywhere. This area is very popular for off-roading. We're probably the only ones within 30 miles of here right now that isn't out here for that. So we found the missing Slowjamastan sign. Hopefully with it blowing into the United States, this doesn't cause some sort of international incident. Walking back through Slowjamastan to check out some more of the different states, I've just come across this sign warning us not to feed the raccoons. And apparently we really don't want to feed them tacos. Of course, Slowjamastan is landlocked, but this area used to be underwater, and that's why you could find seashells in Slowjamastan. On the opposite side of Slowjamastan from Donsum Wadi, we've arrived at Palmerstan. And of course, there's an Upper Palmerstan. I love this sort of thing. This is the type of place that you will only find on a road trip. It's just unfortunate that we weren't able to meet the Sultan while we were out here, but Slowjamastan does have a number of events throughout the year, and I'll put a link to their website in the description in case you're interested in coming out here and seeing the wonders of this great nation yourself. So that's our look at the United Territories of the sovereign nation of the People's Republic of Slowjamastan. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and we'll see you next week.